Hi, good evening, student. This is Michelle Hontelia, and for now, I'm your teacher together with Miss Eliza Joyce Hortoliano. We'll discuss about the alternative energy resources and relation to human or the anthropology. Moreover, we will touch or will delve the anthropology and climate change. Alright, before anything else, I'd like to know if the attendance is what? The status of our attendance. Is everything here? Alright, I guess no one is absent. And for that reason, let me check your attendance. Okay, physically? Very good. Thank you, Secretary. And then before we proceed to our proper discussion, I have a riddle. I prepare a riddle for you students. Okay? It's a kind of riddle that I know you could get the answer well. Okay? First riddle. I'm the power of the future, clean and green. Harnessing me is more important than it may seem. I'm the key to reducing our carbon footprint and ensuring our planet's health doesn't go extinct. What am I? Okay, I repeat again. I'm the power of the future, clean and green. Harnessing me is more important than it may seem. I'm the key to reducing our carbon footprint and ensuring our planet's health doesn't go extinct. What am I? The count of 3. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. What's the answer? The answer is alternative energy. That's for riddle number 1. Number 2. I'm essential to life, both near and far. Without me, we couldn't drive or power our cars. I'm a finite resource, so careful we must be. Number 2. I'm essential to life, both near and far. Without me, we couldn't drive or power our cars. I'm a finite resource, so careful we must be. What's the answer? What do you think? 3, 2, 1. The answer is resources. Last riddle, number 3. I'm the key to a brighter, cleaner future. Brighter plus cleaner future. My power is limitless. I'm renewable treasure. I'm free for all to use, and I don't pollute. I'm the solution to our energy dispute. What am I? Hi students, right now we'll proceed to the formal discussion about our topic. Before proceeding, early on, I've shared you a riddle for our stimulating activity. That's our riddle. And right now, I'm going to present to you our lesson objectives or our target for this session. Okay, first, you as a students will be able to analyze the alternative energy resources and its use in our community. And you also know the anthropology and climate change relationship and the report about the NCAR report about the anthropology and climate change also, and how this NCAR contributes positively to the entire globe. And next one is at the end of the session, the students, you as a students, will make a slogan featuring the significance of the alternative energy resources. All right, are we good with that? Okay, thank you. Let's go first because our topic is divided into 2. Your teacher Michelle will discuss about the anthropology and climate change, the NCAR, and then Eliza Joyce will discuss about the alternative energy resources. So right now in my part, I'll discuss about the NCAR and its meaning. Okay? Before anything else, I'd like to share about this phenomena. Okay? What is this thing like? Okay, the NCAR, it stands for the National Center for Atmospheric Research. Okay, from its title, from its banner, it implies something that relates to the climate, because atmosphere, it relates to the climate. Okay, when we said about atmosphere. And research. So very obvious that this let's say that this it's a kind of consortium from different people around the globe. It's a research. They do research, and their outcomes, or the outcomes, is what we can say that it is credible and reliable because it is based upon research. All right. Okay, I'll read a sample passage here. Changing the Atmosphere, Anthropology and Climate Change is a program hosted by the National Center for Atmospheric Research, or the NCAR, that seeks to explore the intersection of anthropology, sociology, atmospheric science, and ecology to better understand the social and cultural dimensions of climate change. So, here's the catch here, the thing here. What is the goal or the primary purpose of this kind of research? Okay, the goal of this is to what I read early on, to better understand, to inform the people, the common people like us, the relationship, the salient relationship of human. That's why it talks about anthropology, the human and the climate. Very specific, the climate change. Okay, understand the social and cultural dimensions of climate change. Because the thing here, that's why, if you discern why anthropology is included in this, because the NCAR, they believe, the scientists in this field believe that human activities is the root cause. Human activities are the root cause of the pollution of our environment that causes climate change. Okay? Human activities, do you believe that? That's why anthropology and climate change, they are inevitable. Human activities and climate change are related to each other. Because the more the climate's getting worse, the more the human activities getting what? Getting too bad as well. Okay? We can compare the time now and the time before. Before the advent of technology, people what? People used to use their leisure time playing at the park, badminton, or whatever of that thing. Because again, the fact is they provide tools, facilities, technologies to the community to continue to perform innovative research. Okay, I recall that I happen to knew someone, or some kind of not a little organization, but a big organization, the DUST in Lahog City, Cebu, where not the head, I don't know what his title, that man, but the DOST, I know that they are open to those students who invent something. Especially, they are interested if you invent something that addresses the issue about climate change. Okay, I witnessed that last 2019. That I went to Lahog City, Cebu, and then I came to realize that and then the good thing is they provide you fund if you are so if you are so passionate to continue your invention, if you can. Okay, according to NCAR, the most straightforward cause of warming temperature is the greenhouse gases emitted when fossil fuels are burned in homes, gas and coal-fired power plants, vehicles and factories. Okay, that's according to them, done by research. Straightforward, very frankly, the cause of warming temperature. Okay, there's no doubt. We couldn't question our neighbor why it's too hot here. We couldn't question that, students, because again, in every house, in every home, many of the people we knew that they have their own cars, they have their own cell phones, they have their own motorcycles, bikes, and whatsoever, and those things emit gas. that is bad for our environment. Okay, and I know also I read the article about the NCAR, how this thing function, or how this specific organization functions. They want to help people because the more the safe environment, it could provide a healthy a healthy a healthy body to the people inside a community. Again, it bounced back. Okay, just try to imagine if the human activities that is negative, again I refer to the negative human activities, will decline or will be decline, let's say very disciplined, it transcends that uh, there's a possibilities to have a good health, a better future ahead, and again a better environment for the species as well. And again, it bounced back to the temperature because burning fossil fuels, the power plants, vehicles, and factories, they're they all rise up, and then it damages our ozone layer. Okay, that's the bad side of the thing. And we as a student, as a teacher, we are tasked to give an action for this call, because as a concerned citizen, we want to live a community that is what that is the absence of negativity in terms of our health, our well-being. And that is why we concerns, or we put our concerns highly to the problems related to climate change. All right. So, students, do you have any questions? Am I clear about the NCAR, its goals, its mission, and how it is? And again, I'd like to highlight that is why in our topic it highlights about anthropology and climate change, because again, the anthropology, it relates to human, and human activities what directly impacts the climate change. We cannot blame the dogs, the cats, because anthropology, we humans are accountable for that phenomena, global phenomena, the climate change. Okay, that's it for my part, and Miss Eliza Joyce will take her turn. Thank you so much, student.
Okay, so now let's delve on about the alternative energy sources. So, alternative energy sources are energy sources that are not based on the burning of fossil fuels. They are becoming increasingly important as the world seeks to reduce its dependence on non renewable resources and to decrease the environmental impact of energy production. So, when we talk about natural resources, what comes up in your mind? Yes, these are the materials from the earth that are used to support life and meet people's needs. Resources are characterized as renewable or non-renewable. So when we talk about a renewable resource, so it can be replenished itself at the rate it is used, while on the other hand, a non-renewable resources has a limited supplies. So we have here an example. So for the renewable resources, we have the wind, hydropower, solar, geothermal, and biomass. On the other hand, we have the non-renewable such as oil, coal, nuclear, and natural gas. So these are something that that is available within our environment. However, it differs on its supply. Okay, so now let's proceed on the different alternative energy sources. Please note that these available within the PowerPoint presentation is only those solar alternative energy sources that is common. Okay, so first we have solar energy. Solar energy is a clean and renewable source of energy that is becoming increasingly affordable. It can be used to power homes, businesses, and even entire communities. You know, as we all know, solar energy is available already within the Philippines, and some of the Filipinos are using this. Or in fact, it is expensive. However, using solar energy really have this great contribution or essence on saving with in terms of using electricity. So solar panels can be installed on rooftops. So as we can observe, it is on the rooftops in houses, fields, or on other suitable surfaces to capture the sun's energy and convert it into electricity. So having this solar energy is one of the biggest advantages is that it can be harnessed almost anywhere in the world. You know, because sun is always right there. You know, and by that power of sun, you can use that, and by this it can lessen somehow the amount or the needs that the human use in terms of electricity. So second, we have the wind energy. So wind energy is a clean and abundant source of energy that can be used to generate electricity. So when, for example, we have here wind turbines that in which it is already available within the part of the Philippines. You know. So wind turbines can be installed on land or offshore to capture the power of the wind and convert it into electricity. Wind energy is becoming increasingly cost competitive with fossil fuels, and many countries are investing in wind energy projects to help meet their energy needs. So third, hydropower. So hydropower energy is a reliable and predictable source of energy that can be generated from rivers, streams, and other sources of flowing water. So hydro energy um, has this movements within the water from the word itself, hydro. So hydro turbines or turbines can be installed at dams or other locations to capture the power of moving water and convert it into electricity. Hydro energy is a renewable source of energy that produces no greenhouse emissions. Okay, so there's also part in the Philippines who use this hydro energy so through the flowing or the through the bodies of water. So next we have geothermal energy. So by definition, geothermal energy is heat energy from earth. Geo means earth, thermal means heat. Geothermal. So geothermal resources are reservoirs of hot water that exist or are human-made at varying temperature and depths below the Earth's surface. Geothermal energy is produced by tapping into the Earth's internal heat. It can be used for heating and cooling buildings, generating electricity, and other applications. So, geothermal heat pumps can be used to heat and cool the buildings, while geothermal power plants can be used to generate electricity. So, overall, geothermal energy is a clean and renewable resource or source of energy that produces no greenhouse emission as well, since in fact it is a renewable resource. Okay, so next we have the biomass energy. So biomass energy is generated by burning organic matter such as wood, crops, and waste materials. It can be used to generate electricity or to produce biofuels. So biomass energy is a renewable source of energy that can help reduce greenhouse gas emissions by replacing fossil fuel. So on the other hand, we also have the biofuels. So biofuels are fuels that are made from renewable sources such as plant matter and waste materials. They can be used to power vehicles and to generate electricity. So while biofuels are renewable and produce fewer greenhouse gas emissions than fossil fuels. So these are the concerns about their impact on land use and food security. So what is the difference between biofuels and biomass? So when we talk about the biomass, it is generated on the organic matter such as the wood, scraps, wastes, materials. While on the other hand, biofuels are liquid fuels produced from renewable biological sources, including plants and algae. So these offer a solution to one of the challenges of solar, wind, and other alternative energy sources. Okay, next we have the nuclear energy. So it is a form of energy released from the nucleus, the core of atoms made up of protons and neutrons. So these source of energy can be produced in two ways. Just fission, when nuclei of atoms split into several parts, or fusion, when nuclei fuse together. Okay, so nuclear energy is a type of energy that is generated by the splitting of atoms, a process called nuclear fission. But it is also called fusion when nuclei fuse together. Okay, so when an atom is split, a large amount of energy is released in the form of heat. So these heat can be used to generate steam, which in turn drives turbines to produce electricity. However, as we all know, nuclear energy has several significant disadvantages, and one of the notable issue of these is the nuclear waste, which is highly radioactive and can remain dangerous for thousands of years. So there's also the potential for nuclear accidents, as demonstrated by events such as the Chernobyl disaster in 1986 and the Fukushima disaster in 2011. So the constructions and the decommissioning of nuclear power plants can be expensive and time-consuming. However, despite of these concerns, nuclear energy remains an important source of electricity in many countries around the world, and it is likely to continue to play a role in global energy mix for the foreseeable future. These are some additional, these some additional alternative resources or sources that are being researched and developed. So while some of these sources have limitations and challenges, ongoing innovations and investment are helping to overcome these challenges and to make these sources of energy more accessible and also cost effective. So, the Philippines has a variety of alternative energy sources available, which include the hydroelectric energy. So, in the Philippines, as you can see, it is located in Pangasinan, Benguet, Laguna, Isabela, Bulacan, Nueva Ecija, Ilocos Sur, Bohol, Lanao del Sur, Lanao del Norte, Bukidnon, Davao del Sur, Misamis Oriental. And for the wind energy, it is also available, or somehow we can see this in the Philippines, or somehow existed. So it is located in Ilocos Norte, those wind turbines, Rizal, Guimaras, and Aklan. Also, we have the geothermal energy available in the Philippines, which located in Laguna, Sorsogon, Albay, Batangas, Negros Occidental, Leyte, and North Cotabato. So next, we also have the biomass energy, which located in Isabela, Nueva Ecija, Rizal, Laguna, Isabela, and Metro Manila. And for the solar energy, major solar farms in the Philippines can be found in Cavite rather, Pampanga, Ilocos Norte, and Cagayan de Oro. And also, people used or indulge with the use of solar energy nowadays. So, all of these alternative energy sources have the potential to help reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and to mitigate the negative environmental impacts associated with energy production. And when we talk about, so let's talk about the Philippines. So, what are the possible challenges in developing alternative energy sources? So there's an issue upon, or the problems in terms of the high upfront cost. So the investment required to develop an alternative energy can be a high rate of costs. So limited infrastructure, it has this transmissions lines and shortage facilities, so this make it difficult to transport and store electricity generated from and renewable sources. But however, despite of these challenges, the Philippines is making progress in developing alternative energy sources. So as per my research, the government has set a target of generating 35% of the country's energy needs from renewable sources by 2030, and taking these steps to address the challenges of developing these sources with continued investment and support. Alternative energy sources have the potential to play an increasing important role in meeting the Philippines' energy needs and reducing its reliance on fossil fuels. So that's all about the alternative energy sources. So, do you have any questions, clarifications before we proceed to application? Okay, so since none, let's proceed to our application. So, in a group, so at least in a four group, uh, create a slogan that showcases the significance of alternative energy sources. So that would be all for this evening. So thank you so much for listening and have a good night ahead. Thank you.